Hi everyone, welcome to Hibernate tutorial. In this session, we are going to cover the topic load and get. What is the difference between load and get? So in session, we have this two methods. One is load and another is get to retrieve the object from the database. So what are the difference between them? First, we have session.load. When we call session.load method, it will always return a proxy object. This session.load will return the proxy object, and this session.get will hit the database and retrieve the original object. So this is one of the main difference. So first let's see what is proxy object. So proxy means that Hibernate will prepare some fake object with a given identifier in the memory without hitting the database. It will only create a dummy object of that particular class type with the value which we have provided in the load. For example, if we call, suppose we have session.load, we have student class or user class, and we are retrieving 107 record, then it will create a student fake object with id as 107. So actually it has only created a dummy object. Other values are not contained in that particular object. But when we try to retrieve other object, then in that case it will hit the database. It will hit the database and retrieve the results. But if that record is not available in the database, then it will throw the exception object not found exception. But in case of session.get, if the record is not available in the database, then it will return the null. So this is the main difference. So let's see with the help of an example how we can. Here we have this user class entity. So this user entity, suppose here we have we are persisting this user. Let's create some records in the database. Let's first check if show tables. So right now we do not have any tables. So first run this application. So we are persisting this user information into the database. So we will run as Java application. So here you can see that it has inserted the records, and let's check. Now we have user table. Select start from user. Yes, so we have this record here. Now our primary key is user id, that is 1. So what we will do, we will comment this part, and here we will call the method session.load, and here class is user.class, and our id is 1. So this load will return the object, and that object will be user object. So we have to cast it to user. Then we will sys out these properties. We will sys out its property. And one more thing which we will do here, user dot get user id, and after user id what we will do, we will call the thread class. We will call the sleep method of the thread class for the, let's say, for 10 seconds, and let's throw the exceptions. And here we will retrieve other properties as well. User dot get username, user dot get password, user dot get salary. So let's see on the console what it will do and how it will behave. Will it hit the database? Will it return the proxy object? And what it will do? So here you can see that here it has retrieved the user one, and after 10 seconds we have given the gap of 10 seconds here. So after 10 seconds it retrieved all the information from the database. So here first it has created a dummy object. So here it has not hit the actual database. This is returning by initially it is returning by the this is returning by the uh, this Hibernate, this user dummy object. And suppose let's do one thing, let's debug this part. So we have run this application in debug mode, and here in debug mode what we will do, here we will F6, we have to move by one step. So here let's check out. So here you can see that it's a kind of proxy object. This user is a proxy object. If you see here that right now it is not containing password is null, salary is 0, user ID 0, username is null, and after that when we are retrieving the other information, at that time it is hitting the database and it is retrieving the all the information from the user. So that's the difference main. Now what we will do next is we will use the method get. So let's run this part again. So when we call this get method, it will always hit the database and it will retrieve all the information from the database. This load will return the proxy object and this get will actually hit the database. So this is the difference between the get and load.